I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of PT3600. My name is Ryan A. Moore, but joining me is
Ashton.
and
Hey, it's Josh.
and yeah, as you can see by the title, we're back in talking about drunk stories. Nothing has changed for me, really. There might be one hidden story here, so you have to stay tuned for that. But Josh, you weren't on the drunk episode before. So
I missed out, so I really wanted to tell some of my stories.
yeah, that was really early on in the show. I think that was like our third episode or something like that. I don't even remember.
I think I came in on like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Yeah, something
so
like
I missed
that.
the first couple.
So yeah, actually, I think that when we recorded the drunk one, I was still living at my mom's house.
You were actually.
Yeah. No, I'm not anymore.
On Skype.
I think we did it on Discord.
Was it on
Yeah,
Discord?
I think that was on Discord. Yeah.
I remember sitting in my living room.
Not a sponsor. Anyway, we are back to talking about drunk stories. So I'll be kind of the moderator of this because it might get a little sloshy here. So who wants to
hammered right now.
who wants to kick things off?
All right, Josh, you lush. You go first.
Okay. All right. So
Well, okay, before we go, because there needs to be some guidelines here too. Sorry to interrupt. We're gonna go back and forth. Okay, it's kind of like a ping pong or a beer pong.
Should I have brought some alcohol?
Yes.
That one got him. So this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna tell one story, and then
Okay.
Ashton's gonna tell a story, and
All
then
right.
so forth. Okay, it's kind of like how we did with the crappy episode when Jameson was here. So this is how we're gonna do it.
Such a good episode.
All right. Go ahead, Josh. What's your first story of the night?
Okay, so I just want to preface this just a little bit with
Preface it.
So between the ages of like 18 and like 23, I used to hang out at this house, and we just called it the party house.
Do we want to say that you were underage?
Well, I mean, at this point, I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
you know.
I wasn't caught or anything.
I mean, what are the cops?
We
gonna
don't
do?
condone underage.
Yeah,
But
do
that
not.
is that is
Asterisk
true.
mark.
I do not condone or advocate underage drinking.
But
Anyway.
nevertheless,
But yeah, and I mean, I didn't necessarily start drinking before I was 21. Maybe once in a while, but like I really didn't start drinking until I was 21, because that's when I was able to go to bars and stuff. But anyway, so this party house we used to hang out at, there were 3 guys that lived in it, and basically we just come over whenever we wanted.
that just sounds like a sitcom.
And dude, it's so
like
was,
3
man.
guys in a party house.
Yeah, man, it was Mike, Kins, and Rob, and
Those are made-up storybook names.
No, and there's a 4th guy. I forgot. Yeah, because there was what's
He was
his
on the
name?
special episodes. He wasn't always in every. He wasn't in every episode of the season.
Yes, because he was going to college up north, so he only
See,
came,
there you go.
He only
Oh,
came
He
back
was
on
only in the
spring-
pilot episode, but he's the one from home.
Oh my god, it was absolutely like that. And they had like
Everywhere you look.
yeah, dude, they had a whole separate garage. They never locked their door, so anybody could just come in at any time.
Yeah, and then you hear an audience. Yeah,
Dude, it was like a TV show. But anyway, so there was this one time that we were hanging out there and we were partying and stuff, and there were a bunch of people there this night. It was like maybe 50, 70 people. I don't know.
Damn.
A lot of people, dude. That
Nevertheless, you're breaking some fire codes here.
yeah, that house was packed, and they had like a foosball table and a pool table and everything, so people were playing pool and foosball and stuff. And this one guy who used to come over every so often, nobody liked him, and I don't even know.
Man.
I don't even know what his name
Go
was.
home, Roger.
All we knew was that he said that he so he was like, just call me by my nickname. And it's like, well, what's your nickname? And he's like, Vin Diesel.
Oh my God.
Wait, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel was at your party?
Yeah, because this is like right
Damn,
around.
you guys rode Fast and Furious.
I was just about to say this is about the time that Fast and Furious came out, and so or like maybe a little after. It might have been number 2 by this point.
Ding,
But
ding, 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 ding,
yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. And this guy, he's like, well, we asked like, why you call Vin Diesel? He's like, because I look like Vin Diesel. He didn't look anything like Vin Diesel. Like, he was tiny. He had no muscles. He had hair. Like maybe about the only thing that looked like like Vin Diesel was his ears, because they stuck out a little bit.
And they were
but-
way. Doesn't Vin Diesel have small ears too?
Yeah, like they're kind of weird, like tiny ears that kind of flap
There
out.
was
like,
holes in his
yeah,
head.
Yeah, but but that was like the only thing that looked the same, I would say. Anyway,
Okay.
I digress. So he drove his car there, right? And his friends came with them, and they drove their cars.
Okay.
And this house was on a like 1 or 2 acre plot. It was like this big rectangle that just stretched like really far back, and the house was right in the
You
front
could say
of it.
it was a mile long.
So yeah, and so people were parking the cars out there, right? Because there was like a little dirt path that you could get to it. And he left the party at some point, and he left his car there, right? So fast forward, like,
Haha.
yeah, like,
Wow.
You got that one. Don't act like you didn't think that was clever.
so fast forward a couple weeks, and we're having another party, but he doesn't show up to this one, right?
Oh, no.
But his
They got
car's
him.
still there. So we're getting drunk, we're getting rowdy, we're thinking about just doing crazy shit, and somebody's like, "Hey man, I got an idea. I'm gonna go piss in that one dude's gas tank." Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stick your dick in
like,
that one.
yeah, people have done that before. That's kind of funny, So
Kind of funny.
so, this dude shows up, or he walks up there, and he pisses in his gas tank, right? So then somebody else is like, "Oh man, I got something even better, man. I'm gonna piss all over his windshield." So then somebody pisses on his windshield.
Oh my god.
Next thing you know, somebody's picking up rocks and throwing them at the car. Look at this! I'll throw rocks at this
Wow,
car, man.
what has
And-
escalated at this point from piss to rocks?
Dude, people were throwing beer cans at it, and then somebody decided to pick up one of those giant black boulders.
Oh
that you
my
see at,
God,
like,
that's like in a
construction sites and stuff. Yeah, and they threw it through his windshield.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Somebody got a bat, broke both of his mirrors off.
Damn.
And they were just hitting up this car. A few other windows got broken. A bunch more rocks it got pissed on numerous amounts of times. Like,
Gallons of piss
Yeah.
we're taking out this night.
Yeah, like I would be surprised if the paint wasn't wearing off.
Oh
I'm pretty sure somebody threw some eggs at it. And we had some silly string too. I'm pretty sure that we were putting silly string on it too.
Do you can you confirm or deny that you were one of those people, or does your parole officer tell you not to do that?
Well, let's just say rocks got thrown, and I might have had something to do with it.
You saw the people that did.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know if any of mine hit the car.
I threw a rock,
I mean-
whether it hit the car or not.
Yeah,
that's
I
neither my prerogative.
I
here.
put my hands over my eyes, so I couldn't see if I was the one who did it. But no, I did throw rocks at the car. I mean, but I threw a couple, but I didn't go like super far, because after a couple rocks, I was like, okay, I'm not.
When is this guy gonna show up?
Yeah, I'm like I don't want to get too involved in this, but a few people kind of went overboard, and by the time all was said and done, that dude's car was thrashed, like windows and stuff were busted, piss all up inside and out.
It looked like
And,
Iron Giant took a bite out of it.
Yeah, basically, like
Okay.
the lights were broken, tires. Somebody popped a couple of the tires.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude,
Was this car nice
And,
at a point when before the pissing began?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it was an older car, but it was in good shape. Like, it looked decent.
Okay, well,
Like,
and now it don't.
I think it was silver. I don't know. I can't remember.
Or it became silver
Yeah.
after it was all said and done. It was black at a point.
Not quite sure, but yeah. So then and then everybody goes back to partying and blah blah blah. And then fast forward again, like, I don't know, a few weeks. I don't know exactly how long at this point, but we're all partying again, and then this dude shows back up.
Vin Diesel.
Yes, Vin Diesel. He arrives again. He's doing some autograph signings and everything.
Yeah.
And and so we're like, "Yo, Vin, things didn't get so fast and furious last week, So he ends up going out to his car. Like, nobody said anything about it. Like, we were all just partying like normal and stuff. Goes out to his car, and then he like immediately comes back, and he's like, "What the fuck happened to my car? Who did this?" And nobody said a thing. We were all just
my God.
we don't know, man.
Yeah,
we were all
everyone
just-
in this house
yeah,
did something to it.
We were all just kind of hanging out and partying, and something happened to it, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's been there for like a month and a half.
At
Somebody
least a good solid 72 hours.
yeah, it's like somebody could have came and vandalized it. It's out in the middle of that field. Who knows? And so yeah, everybody was just like, "Mum's the word. Don't say a damn thing." So he obviously like left immediately after that, because he was fucking pissed. And we all went back to partying like normal, because we're all like drunk and young and not paying attention,
Young,
whatever.
dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah, basically, we didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And so then he ended up getting a a tow truck, I think, and bringing it back like the next day.
That's
Well,
not a very Vin
not-
Diesel thing to do.
Yeah, not even a tow truck. I think it was like a flatbed because he couldn't even.
Okay, that's a Vin Diesel thing to do.
Yeah, because like he couldn't even like you wouldn't even be able to tow it because
He just took 2 forklifts and stuck it underneath the
Yeah.
tires and tried to lift it up.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. They had to like drag it up. There's glass all over the place and stuff. And yeah, and then he ended up taking it out, and we never saw that guy again.
So I guess it worked.
Yeah, there you go.
I suppose it did. You know? Yeah, man.
That's
What
awesome.
it was really funny too because they had this. You know those big trampolines. They had
Sure.
yeah, like the ginormous trampolines that people always hurt themselves on.
Okay.
Like they had one of those like so their garage was they had 2 garages kind of. They had like one garage for like the cars, and then they had this big like work shed kind of thing that you could fit cars into if you wanted to, but it was more like if you're building stuff and all that kind of thing. And they had a trampoline next to that, right? And so some people were bouncing up and down on it, throwing things at the car, seeing if they could like hit it while bouncing.
It's
up
like
and down.
what's that one movie that Zac Efron's in about their sisters getting married and then they're like bouncing on it. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like some party movie. or
Yeah, but
something.
it's both of them jumping on the trampoline and then the girls on the roof try to kiss them.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they fall off and they just like land on the. It all goes bad. The beard
Yeah.
drops off, flings on into the.
Yeah, trampolines are not a good idea for drunk people
Yeah, no.
because a couple people I'm pretty sure got hurt at several points at one of our
They didn't
parties,
have
you
that
know,
like
but
blue strip going around.
No, this one was actually a weird like brown colored one.
They didn't have the fence.
Yeah, no fence. No, and this was like
You have
okay,
a fence around your
so-
trampoline. You need to get rid of your trampoline.
So you know the blue trampolines like you're talking about. I
Sure.
think this was an older trampoline because it was a brown one and the
A
springs.
brown one? Would
Yeah,
it have patches on it?
Well, it was
look like an old parachute.
Yeah, instead of that blue material, it was like a brown color. I don't know,
Oh,
but
boy.
the like it seemed like the springs were different. Like they would hurt you more than a more
Like they
modern
will give you
trampoline.
tetanus if you scratch
Yes.
yourself on it.
Yeah, like
okay.
they were made out of pure steel.
Yeah.
you know, and it was
Look like a WWE ring at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, dude.
you're going through the mat if you go hard enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
and of course people are jumping up and down on it and stuff while they're throwing things, and people are trying to get up on it and stuff, and they're all getting hurt. And
Oh my
god, dude, it was just that house, man. There's lots of crazy times at that place.
All right. Well, we'll come back to the party house. What about you, Ashton? You got anything?
Well,
Any
I don't
more
know if I
drunk-
can top any of that.
I mean, yeah, no. Remember, all your first stories were on the other episode, so yours might be a little bit down low, but I'm sure they're still good.
Oh my god.
So let's see. What do you got? You just went to, well, not just went to, but since
Yeah.
that last episode, you went down to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Do you have any stories from there?
Yeah, I have a few. So I went down to Vegas last fall, and
It doesn't work
I
when
just,
you like look at me. Just bring the microphone down a little bit. It never works. It never
I like
works.
The hand signal. That
I know. I
cool.
was trying. It never works. I've tried it on everybody else. I'm like, just move the microphone closer to you. I'm like signaling. Everyone just goes, wait, what? And like into the microphone as if it just stopped recording for half a second.
We're gonna have to come up with like a video for ourselves of like all of our hand
Yeah,
signals. That way
just
we
watch
can-
Bitcade. There's times where I'm just like, just get on the mic, man. Just get on the mic. Anyway, Ashton, go ahead. You went to Vegas. You went down there.
I went to Vegas last fall.
Yeah,
And
back in 2018.
Yeah, in 2018, I went with my girlfriend, my uncle and his girlfriend, and my parents. So already it was going to be an interesting trip. And if you've listened to some of our older podcasts, you kind of know, have an idea of how that trip was. A very interesting family. And when drinking is involved, it just heightens that experience to the max. So I guess I'll start with... well, there wasn't really a sober moment for me during that entire trip. Surprisingly, I wasn't dehydrated. Weird. Anyway, I started off with getting a 40-ounce like tower slushy with booze all up in it. Oh, it's so tasty. I sipped that down within a matter of like 10 minutes. Was feeling fucking great afterwards. I'll tell you what, that's so good. In
That
fact,
Las Vegas heat.
I got another one.
Nice.
Don't they give you like a refill on some of those things?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
like you can get like a discounted refill if you
Yes.
buy the drink. Yeah.
absolutely. So of course I had to. Whoops. Anyway,
No one knew until you. There's no camera. My bad, guys.
The illusion is broken.
Yeah.
um,
Anyway.
So essentially, that first night was just kind of taking a look at everything,
bet
and
you
then
were.
yeah, there was a lot to look at. I'll say that.
Now, honestly, I've never been to Vegas before. So, is it pretty crazy? Like when you're walking the streets and stuff. Like, do you see a lot of crazy shit?
Oh yes.
Well,
I'll
okay.
be-
Now that he is this does set you up with that segue. So I'm gonna set it up, but then you can tell it. There was a video that Ashton wanted to post on our social media, and I told him no, we are not posting that. Go ahead. This is your only moment because he set it up. So go ahead.
Okay.
Tell him about the video that will never be posted. So
Yeah,
don't
just
even bother asking
Theater
for
of the
it.
mind.
Oh, don't want to be picturing what he's about to tell you. Go ahead.
So third day in Vegas. It's midday, pretty hot out. You'd be surprised at how many people bring their kids onto the strip. Very bad decision, in my opinion. Yeah, it's about 11, and we're heading
AM,
back to our,
right?
Yeah, AM.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Broad daylight, and there's this big bridge connecting Planet Hollywood and what other hotel is that? Cosmopolitan, and it's a big old bridge right above the main street of the strip there, and it has like instead of like a how usually like on freeways or something if there's like a bridge.
Oh,
there's
like
like
a
a-
walking bridge.
Yeah, it's a walking bridge, but it doesn't have like chain link fence.
Oh.
It's like plexiglass.
Oh, gotcha.
guess.
Okay.
And
Like at an airport or something.
Yeah, exactly. And we're walking back, and we just see a guy just spread eagle pressed up against the glass.
He's standing up.
Yeah,
he's standing up.
He's standing up, and he just pressed up against the glass with this. We can't really tell. And I take out my phone and I zoom in, and I can see his hands moving, and he's not wearing a shirt, and he has his pants halfway down, and he's straight up jerking off.
Oh my god.
I've seen this video.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I felt like I was watching a World Star video.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck do you have on your phone right now? Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a memory. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a memory from a trip. Like,
Yeah, you
forever
gotta
ago.
upload that to like your computer so you don't
It's-
lose it.
No, I'm not putting that on my computer.
Oh, but your phone is okay. Everyone can have access to your phone, but your computer has to have your
My
facial
com-
recognition on it.
My computer is sacred. Okay.
Okay, all right. You don't want your
Only real porn goes on there.
homophobic your
No
your
porn. No viruses. Got a sticky phone for a reason, guys.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Anyway,
Oh no.
he is just straight whacking it, and we get up.
are there
Viciously.
people walking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's-
broad daylight.
It's broad daylight. It's
And
midday.
Ashton got to the point of like this distance to the TV,
Yeah.
Oh,
filming him just beating off into the window.
I got within 5 feet of the man, and around him, he like was covered in piss. Like he had piss there, and
So he
then was like,
smelled terrible.
While I'm here, why not just
Yeah.
I've already sunk
Crank
so
my-
low.
Yeah.
might as well crank one out.
I'm
real
already
quick.
at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I can't go any lower than that.
Sorry, kids, you understand when you're a little older.
Yeah.
He must have been really wasted.
Why
Oh,
is that
yeah.
guy's pee white?
Yeah, but there's some guy talking on the phone, calling the cops. Literally right next to him, he's like within arm's reach, talking to the cops on the phone while next to this
Within
guy
spum's
jerking
reach.
it.
He's all like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching all right."
Within shooting distance.
Within shooting, that's
yeah,
a good
he's,
one.
So-
he's jerking it. Uh-huh.
The
Yeah,
splashing
he's-
zone
He's got a
for-
pretty good
Yeah,
stroke
he's,
going on.
He's
he's-
got a good stroke.
I feel like he might be under the influence of something because he's kind of going in a weird circular motion.
Circular motion.
I don't know. He's trying to like turn some cogs or something. I don't know.
He's doing the
what's going
twist,
on.
the twist jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get that extra
Is
torque
he
in
doing
there. I
the
think.
reverse hand? Is that?
What was that, officer? No, I'm really impressed. I've never seen that maneuver before. I might try it out later, but I'm not going to do it here.
So yeah, I mean, there's families walking by, with
Damn.
their kids in strollers and shit, and it's just like, Wow, why would you? Okay, this is Vegas. You expect to see something like this?
Yeah.
Definitely not during broad daylight. But
What
Hey, man,
happens in
don't-
Vegas stays in
Yeah,
Vegas.
I guess not.
Well, I
I
guess
guess it
not,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely crossed over.
don't bring your kids to Vegas.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
do it.
it is Sin City after all,
It is
right?
Sin City.
Yeah, it's not a place for kids. It's adult Disneyland. It's not for kids.
Yeah, really adult.
But yeah,
Disneyland.
that's one of my stories, and there is another story that happened literally the night before on that very same bridge.
Okay.
So
Okay, I just wanted to let you do that one because there would have been no other tea set for you for that one. But when Josh asked it, I was like, all right, he's got one. I'm gonna let him do it. All right, Josh, what about you? What's your
Oh,
second story? Are we coming back for season 2 now?
Oh, okay.
For the,
so
for the
well,
party house?
Well, I'll save the party house for what? How much time do we have?
Oh, we're good.
Okay, because I haven't. Yeah, I have another one that's pretty good. So this one is about my friend Kramer, and so
Are we in a Seinfeld episode
Like-
now? Why do you know people from like sitcoms?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like from like 18.
No one's named Kramer.
Like 18
There's
to
no one named that.
25. Dude, like my life was like a sitcom.
There's
man.
no way someone was
I
named
work-
that in real
I
life.
worked at Domino's. Yeah, I knew a guy named Kins. I knew a guy named Kramer. I knew a guy named Cashman. I knew a guy named Keith.
Cashman?
Yeah.
Do you know WWE superstars? Like-
Dude, oh my God! I should have told you about the. Oh, okay. If we have time, I'll definitely tell you about Cashman. Okay.
Oh my God!
So
All right, here we
okay,
go.
so
we gotta get through it.
Yeah, so Kramer. This one's not super long, so it should be pretty quick. Kramer's 21st birthday, right?
Okay.
And I'm a couple years older than him, so I think I was like 23 at this point. We were downtown in Olympia, and we were bar hopping down 4th Ave or whatever, and
A very famous strip down here.
yeah, that's like our bar spot. And then so basically we were hopping from bar to bar, and his brother came with him. We had a couple of our mutual friends and stuff, and we were hanging out drinking. And he brought a wheelchair just in case he couldn't walk anymore.
Oh my
which by
God.
the second bar he couldn't walk anymore.
Oh my God!
Because he was just drinking, like he was chugging them down, taking shot after shot after shot after shot.
I don't know if I
And-
should be
and-
disappointed or very impressed on
Yeah,
the fact that he
yeah.
he is known. Now, here's the other thing. There's that if he's bringing a wheelchair, there's other stories of him not bringing a wheelchair because he's gotten to the point where like I know I need this,
Yes.
so I'm gonna bring this with me.
And that's that he made that point. He was like, "Dude, I know I'm gonna need this. I'm just bringing it with me. I'm leaving it in the car until I need it." And when he showed up, he was already a couple drinks deep because he was drinking with his brother at home.
Oh,
Like he
God.
was drinking all day long. And so we were at the bars. I think we went to like a handful of bars like Brotherhood, Charlie's, a couple of those, stuff like that. But basically by the second bar he was in the wheelchair and his brother was pushing him around, right? So he's getting pretty drunk and I'm feeling pretty good too. I just remember like being like, "Oh man, you're so wasted. Oh my God, you're never gonna remember this." And he's like, "I know." And it's like it was so fun. But then we end up at Charlie's, which was the last bar that Kramer ended up at because
Jerry.
so Kramer's up at the bar. Well, we're all up at the bar, but he's ordering a drink, and because I think I can't remember exactly who was buying at the time, but he's like, "Hey man, I'll get you a drink. I'll get you a drink." Then this one dude shows up that he just happens to know. Nobody else knows him. I guess he's one of
Do you know? I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Like, Kramer knows him. Okay, cool. I guess Kramer knows him. Whatever. So he's just like, "Hey man, what's up?" And then this dude's like, "Hey dude, what's up? What are you doing?" He's like, "It's my birthday." And he's like, "Really? Oh man, I'll get this one for you." So Kramer's like, "Oh, but I haven't ordered a drink yet." And he's like, "Oh, I got the perfect drink, man. You go sit down. I'll bring you a drink, okay?" So we go get a table, and
That's handicap accessible.
yeah, yeah. And so then this dude comes back to the table like 2 minutes later, and he's got 2 glasses in his hand, one for him and one for Kramer, and it's just filled with black liquid. It looks like the liquid from the Prometheus movie, like just straight black tar, like it's some kind of goo in a
That it
in a
might
cup.
start a species if it starts
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
in your eye.
Well, that's what we call foreshadowing, kids, because Kramer decided to go, "Okay, yeah, cool." He chugs down this black liquid, not knowing what's in it, because he even asked. He was like, "What's in it?" And he's like, "Just drink it, man." Okay. And he just chugs it down. Not even 2 minutes later, Kramer's like gets up and he's like, "Oh, feels so And just like that scene out of Alien Covenant, this projectile vomit just comes flying out of his mouth. And then he puts his hand up to his mouth to stop it. And
It's like a fire hose.
Yes, and it's just coming out the sides, dude. And this was a karaoke bar at the time. I don't know if Charlie still does karaoke, but at this,
Not anymore.
yeah, yeah. Because at this point, somebody was up singing on the little stage thing there, and Kramer. The bathroom was one direction. Kramer decided to go the opposite way up to the stage, and he was puking on the stage. And then he tried to walk to the bar, and then his brother finally ran up and grabbed him, and then turned him around and tried to walk him back to the bathroom. And he's just vomiting the entire time.
Oh my
just
God.
leaving a trail of this like black liquid that he just digested. It was
Did you guys ever find out what it was?
No.
Oh my-
Because
Oh,
immediately after
wow.
he took that drink, that guy disappeared. He just was.
It was
gone.
Vin Diesel. It comes full circle.
It might have been. I don't know. It could have been. Who knows, dude?
He's like, I'll show those fuckers for sure beating up my car.
Yeah, dude. Because he gave Kramer the drink. They took the drink, and he's like, "Okay, man, I'm out. Like, I'm gonna go this way." And then he was gone. And it was like we never saw him again that night. And then so after
He rode into the darkness. I don't know.
Yeah, like
For all we know, he was a devil.
That's what I was just
He
about to say. Like a
seeped into
devil in
darkness.
the night, he sank into the shadows. You
Now,
know?
now your friend has his soul sold. He's Ghost Rider.
Yes.
He's-
And
What
so,
the fuck? What do you drink? Motor oil?
no, he drank pure sin.
dude, yeah, it was like demon blood or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, dude, it's like that. It's like a scene out of Demon Knight. He probably cut his wrist and bled into a glass and gave it to him. But so
He's just
okay,
in
so
he's in the corner and he seeps into the wall.
yeah, like and so Kramer is like he's done, you know, he's about to pass out because he's like thrown up so much and all this, and so his brother puts him in the chair and he's like, dude, I gotta take my brother home. Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, no problem. So the rest of us just stay there and we're still drinking and while watching somebody clean up all the vomit, which was kind of sad but funny in a way because it was like he was our friend and we weren't helping.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So it was kind of fucked up, I guess. But you know, they
It's not my vomit.
But yeah, I was like, you know, and they're getting paid to work, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not in their contract, but sure. Okay.
Sorry, bartenders. But I mean, I've dealt with shit like that before at other jobs and stuff. But anyway, so the last thing I remember is we all ended up getting a drink, and then basically we were like, well, to Kramer, you know, and so we toasted him off, you know, for the rest of the night or whatever, and then we just kept drinking and hanging out, and that was pretty much the end of Kramer's 21st. I remember asking him not too long after that. I was like, dude, do you remember anything from that night? And he's like, I remember drinking at the first bar. And that's about it. I was like, dude, you threw up everywhere.
Oh my
Like,
God.
it was so gross.
All right, Ashton, go ahead.
Yikes.
What's another Las Vegas story? Probably your Las Vegas story if you want to include that other one, the one that we were talking about before. But go
What we
ahead.
were talking about before.
Never mind. Go ahead. Go with your Las Vegas story.
Okay. Anyway, so back to the night before the public wanker.
That public wanker.
Yeah, yeah. So it is about, I want to say 11:30 at night ish. I'm pretty fucking wasted already. I've gotten to the point to where I am thinking that I'm Spider-Man. And I am like fake shooting webs and shit.
Nice.
Like I was feeling fucking great. Yeah, I'd gone through like a bottle of pineapple Malibu. So
Oh yeah, I've had that before.
pineapple Malibu with Sprite is amazing if you're gonna be walking around around the strip. It's just a nice, refreshing kind of thing to kind of carry you through the day. If you're not feeling slushies or whatever and you want to save some money,
Yeah.
just go to the store, get a big bottle of pineapple rum and some Sprite, and just walk around the strip with it. So I'm pretty fucking plastered, and we're walking down this bridge over towards the Cosmopolitan. And, you know, all around the strip, it's kind of like any event really that you see anywhere where there's going to be people like trying to sell you something or give you a card to go check out their business or whatever. So there's people
You can
handing
say
out-
strip club. You don't have to say
I was
business.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. So it was
Fine gentlemen's
Gentlemen's
establishment.
Exactly. There you go.
yeah,
Gentlemen's club.
and we're walking, and this guy stops us. He's like, "Hey, you guys,
You
feel
want
like-
to see some tits?
You guys, you guys wanna check out my club tonight? It's pretty awesome." And my mom's like, "Not really. I'm not really into that." And he's like, "Oh, we got guys too. Don't worry about it. We got love for everybody." And I was like, "Dude, that's fucking gross. You're talking to my mom like that." In my mind, I'm like, "Dude, I kind of want to just punch you in the fucking."
He's
face.
like, this is your mom? Nice.
And
It's just you and her. I'm sorry. Was that too far? Was the incest too far? Okay, I didn't mean that.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Anyway, moving on. My dad jokingly is like, "Oh, come on, yeah, let's go. You know, it'll be fun." And they're like, "No," and we all take a card, just to be nice and whatever.
Collect them all.
Yeah, they're like Pokemon cards. There, you just you end up walking home with like a fucking stack of just random gentleman club cards, and it's always like, we're trying to see. We played a game where it's called Alive or Dead, where you look at the card and try and guess if the girl in the photo is like still alive or she died.
Wow.
A long time ago.
Shit.
Okay.
And because they're like painted on trucks and shit too. So
Okay.
they're just everywhere, and you're like, "Oh, alive or dead," and you kind of bet on it.
Yeah.
And
And then if you happen to see one, you just mark it off like a bingo card.
Yeah, I don't know the ending to this game. It's just like
Oh, we found one. She
Yeah.
was laying in a gutter on the side of the road.
I don't know. Was she dead? Did you poke her? Well,
What'd you
no.
poke her
See,
with?
nope. She's still good. She's still good. She's still in play.
So I get my card last, and as I'm getting my card, he kind of does this flip up motion and shows me.
But
the
like
palm of his-
Gambit.
No, like in
just
the
tosses it in your face.
He moves the cards up, and in the palm of his hand, he has a little baggie of Coke, and he looks me straight in the eye, and just kind of like nods, and I'm like, no.
Want a party?
I was like, I just nodded, and I was like, I'm good, and thank you, and I just walked on by because that shit. It may have looked free, but I guarantee it was not.
No.
They were trying to get me to go and spend a lot of money, and the strings would have been attached to that. But
No,
we
I
did-
think if you would have went, there would have been no strings attached. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a thong joke. I just wanted to throw that one out there.
Are you okay?
I felt like I had to explain that. Ashton was giving me like I didn't know what was going on there. Josh knew what I was talking about.
Do you need to go rub one out or something?
What are you
Like-
talking about?
Anyway, so I tell my family this, and they're like, "Are you fucking serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I look like a fucking drug addict or something." I don't know. People assume that I smoke a lot of weed, so whatever.
Okay.
I don't.
I'm just throwing it out there.
They assume I do.
They just assume I do. So I assume
Yeah, he
that's,
ends it there.
I throw out this vibe like I just do drugs or something. So I was just like, oh, that's probably just one of those people who thinks I do drugs. So that's why they offered it only to me. So I'm talking to my family. My dad was like, well, hey, that shit clears out of your system in 3 to 5 days. Got to go back to work for a week. What do you guys say? I was like,
Dude, really?
no.
There was a lot of questions answered there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a joke. He wasn't serious. No, not for you guys.
No, but the thing is, I've been saying all these other, and then you come out. It's a joke, guys. I just want to let you guys.
For anybody listening.
I understand.
For anybody listening, I do have family that listens to this podcast.
Okay.
I think people are gonna think we're drunk right now.
I'm totally 100% sober. People assume I'm drunk.
I'm just really tired. So yeah, it was very. That was the first time I've ever been offered any sort of hardcore substance like that.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, it was a
Check that one off.
memorable moment, bucket list.
Yeah, there you
done,
go.
You know,
Some people can say they've never been offered drugs before.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And sometimes people can say they've been offered lots of drugs before.
But I've never been. People assume I get offered drugs.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Josh. What is your? Are we heading back for season 2 yet?
Okay, yeah. So
Okay, we're back to the party house.
Yeah, I'll save Cashman, and I thought of another one too, but I don't know if we'll have time for that
It's
one.
okay.
but-
We got a half an hour still.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
a little less than half an hour. but
Okay,
you're good.
cool. Yeah, maybe I might have some time. Okay, so this one is my blackout night, the only night I've ever been blacked out drunk, and I don't remember anything.
So we're gonna hear the first third of the story, not the middle, and then the last.
Well,
third.
yeah, I'm gonna piece together some stuff from what people told me. And
Is it gonna be the ending first, and then we get the beginning?
yeah. So I woke up in a ditch, and so basically, I mean, I kind of did, but not really. Like,
Now I'm curious.
Okay.
I want to. No, tell it like that. Tell me the ending first, and then let's go at the beginning.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh well, I was gonna say like so that dirt road that leads to that field, like there's like
where Vin Diesel's car was.
Yes,
Okay.
it was like kind of like a little drainage ditch on either side of it.
Okay.
And I like woke up out there like in the middle of the night. It was probably like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was kind of just sitting out there. Like I just remember coming to and being like, "What the fuck am I doing out here?" And then I remember like stumbling into the
Buck ass naked,
like,
wobbling.
Well, no, I wasn't that. I wasn't that bad. But I remember stumbling into like the remnants of the remainder of our party, and everybody
Still happening.
like yeah yeah
Oh
and
my
like
God.
yeah, because like some of the there's the guys who lived there and a couple other people, and they were like, "Dude, where'd you go?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I was just out in the ditch." Like, I don't know. And so to start that night off, like like so there was this girl that I was kind of sort of trying to get together with, right? Like we were flirting back and forth together, and we were kind of seeing each other,
Oh, okay.
but we hadn't
Those
really
sweet walls.
yeah, we had like we'd gone on like a date, so we hadn't really like done anything yet too much, like just like maybe made out or something.
Oh,
but
you didn't touch your tonsils or anything?
well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure
Clean
we
out the tonsil
yeah, I'm
stones.
sure we made out and stuff, and I don't know if I got to like second base or anything like that yet, but I just
Ah.
remember going on a date with her. Anyway, and she was one of our friends' like little sisters, right? So,
man.
and he used to party there all the time too with her and stuff. And so we were all hanging out, just getting drunk, and we were playing music and stuff. And so like people were dancing and stuff like that. And I remember drinking and being like, "Hey man," or like, I'm getting really fucked up, whatever, and stuff like that. And I remember her saying, like she wanted to hang out a little bit longer, and that's pretty much the last that I remember. Okay. So according to some people, I guess I had gone outside, and I was hanging out there, and I guess like at some point, one of my friends, so my friend Bellis, he
Why are you either have people that sound like they were on a 90s sitcom or back catalog of a comic book?
yeah, dude, because Bellis, okay, like Bellis is a great guy, right? But he was the guy. So everybody has that one person that like they always want to be better than, like because they can't.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like it's like a rival because like he's
He's
always,
like Gary and Ash.
yes. Like he
Smell
was
you later, ass.
he was my Gary, dude. He was totally my Gary because he was like just like better looking. He was taller. Like he like had a bunch of money. Like
Fucked every girl.
like, dude. Pretty much.
That's what
And-
Gary did.
And yeah, like he was driving
Yeah.
around with a harem
Had
in
an
his car and
EV.
stuff. Yeah, and like and he was like living on his own, really young and stuff. And I was like, God damn it, dude! And he always beat me at Smash Bros, and it pissed me off. Anyway, so he was.
whoa.
I digress.
Yeah. Yes.
Sounds like
So-
really feel bad.
Yeah. So anyway, he was hanging out at the party, I guess, and apparently he was dancing with this girl that I was into.
Is it the
And-
girl that you were into?
Yeah, like the one that,
Okay,
that
okay.
I'd gone on the date
Can we
with.
name her
Wait.
A so we know who she
Well,
is?
let's name her E because it starts with an E.
Okay, I thought you may want to have avoided that, but sure, we'll go with E.
Girl you're into, like that you like, or a girl that you got into?
No, that I liked at the
He
point.
wanted to get
yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
we hadn't gotten that
okay.
far yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
E.
So yeah, we were just kind of casually dating. Like we had gone on a date and we were kind of like talking and stuff. Like I only recently just asked her out.
Okay, so
And-
Gary is dancing with E.
Yes,
Okay.
and they're dancing or whatever, and I guess I was outside drinking some more, And I think
swallowing your pride.
Well, and and at this point in time, I think I was smoking cigarettes and stuff still. So
you were cool back then.
Yeah. And so
gotta go get a stove.
Yeah. So I was outside smoking and stuff, and I guess apparently, like, I turned and looked in the window, and I just like fucking went off, and people
Because
were
they
like,
were touching tongues.
Yes, because apparently I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is he kissing her or something like that? That's what I guess I was yelling about that.
Looked like two lick-a-tongues tying a knot.
And I'm
What the fuck, man?
What? I'm painting a picture for the audio listener.
Yeah, a hentai picture.
Yeah, we're
what?
going
You know
like
what?
super Pokemon themed with this one.
Here's my thing. Go with your story.
Go on. so anyway, I guess I got really mad, and my friend. Okay, so at this point, Rob had moved out, and other Josh had moved in. My friend Josh from middle school.
Oh God, this story's getting way confusing.
And so he was living in the master bedroom.
We'll call him Jay.
Yeah, that Rob was living in. And
okay.
So I guess Josh was in his bathroom taking a piss.
Some people do that, yeah.
Next thing he knows, a fist comes through the window.
What the fuck? Oh, it's Vin Diesel!
And glass goes shattering everywhere. And I guess he said that he stuck his head out the window to see who it was, and he saw me just fucking, freaking out. And then he saw me like walk off.
Can you imagine that? Can you just taking a piss and then all of a sudden?
Exactly. Like, it was like straight out of a cartoon, he said, because my hand like went through the window, through the blinds, and he just saw my hand, and then it just went right back through the hole.
And then he just went back to pissing. He just went.
Well, he finished up and stuck his head out the window, and then I guess he said he saw me like getting pissed off, and then I wandered off into the darkness, and then he was like,
Jesus.
Yeah, and then I guess they tried to find me, but they couldn't find me. I guess I just started walking off into the field because like the field was really long, but they also had some woods back there, so I guess I probably wandered off back there to be all pissed, and they said they could hear me screaming and yelling, but they couldn't see where I was at because it was like pitch black.
Little did he know there was a guy back there with a glass of black goo
yeah.
waiting for him.
No
Here, drink this.
Yeah. And so by the time I came to, I woke up in this ditch, and
Okay, now we're back. We're caught up now.
Yeah, and then
we're here.
Yeah.
We're at the moment.
And then I kind of stumbled drunk back into the party. E had left, and then my Gary Bella Seed left, and a couple other people were gone. But the three guys who lived there, which was Josh, and then Kins and Mike, were still living there. Oh, actually, Andy lived there too. I forgot because Andy lived in the living or in the. Okay, so you know how there's like a laundry room in some houses.
Some do, yeah. Most houses, actually, you could say.
Yeah. So the laundry room had a door that went to the outside, and then you could walk into the kitchen from the laundry room.
Okay.
So he put a mattress in the laundry room with a TV on the like towel shelf, and he lived in there.
So it's pretty much like what they have in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Where he's on the washer and dryer, and he sleeps on the washer and dryer.
Yeah.
So it just shakes.
So it's kind of like that because like people would have to go in there to do their laundry, and he would be asleep, but they would be like, "Dude, sorry, got to do my laundry."
Sorry, shit my pants. I have to throw it.
Yeah, it's so like, oh my god, yeah.
I threw up at the bar tonight.
Yeah, so he was there too, and like a couple other random people, but yeah, they were just like, "Where the fuck were you?" And I'm like, "I don't know, I don't know what happened," and they were like kind of telling me the story, and I don't really remember too much of it, but yeah, I guess that's the only time I've ever blacked out drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think when I got pissed off, like I think I started drinking more, and then I think that led to me ending up punching the window because I don't think those happened like right after one after.
I'm
gonna
picture that they did.
Like, but I mean, it sounds cooler if it did.
Yeah, it does.
But I don't know how much I had to drink at that point. And like I said, I was out smoking cigarettes and stuff and
cool.
getting all fucked up. So
yeah, alcohol would do that.
You said something before we started about the Seattle trip about PAX when I think it was PAX 2017. You had a story from that.
Yeah. So it was me, Ryan, and Jameson. We were going to our pizza place that we go to every year. Shout out to Romeo's.
Oh, now we lost it. Now we're not going to be able to get there.
Oh, no. Everybody's going to know about it.
No, there's only one, Ashton.
No, there's multiple.
As far as I, God well know, there's one.
You Primal Targeteers, don't...
We call them the PT Nation, sure. I guess you could say a play on words of
Primal
Mouseketeer.
Target. Wow.
I was thinking the Rocketeer, but
Yeah, we had Justin Timberlake a part of the Britney Spears. Anyway, go ahead.
I didn't know what they were called.
Sure, that's fine.
Anyway, so we were going to our favorite pizza place in Seattle.
Before it was our favorite pizza place.
Yeah, before it was our
Yeah.
That
first
was
time.
the Ninja Turtles first.
We
one.
got fucking lost because GPS doesn't work for shit in Seattle.
No, it doesn't. I've gotten
We
lost
almost
with
died multiple times. On
I
that
hate
trip.
Google Maps, man.
Sucks.
I'm
They
tired
Take
of
a
it.
turn on 4th Ave. I'm on the West Seattle Bridge, damn it.
Google and Siri tried to kill us, and fuck them both. Anyway, so it is super fucking late. It is almost midnight at this point, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah, because we were at the annex.
Yeah.
We were at the annex,
Wait,
and
I
then we
thought
went to
It's
go.
only like 8 o'clock.
Oh my god, Josh. Are you drunk? We were at the annex for
couldn't help it.
BYOC, and then we decided that we were hungry, and so we wanted to go get something to eat. And then we wanted to we checked down at PF Chang's. Or no, we were looking for a restaurant down there. There was nothing open, and then we had to hook around
PF Chang's sounds like a clothing store to me.
or a massage parlor.
Is it a massage parlor?
No,
No.
it sounds like you got it.
Oh no!
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
so it is really a restaurant.
Yes, it's a
oh,
restaurant.
okay, okay.
I was wondering if someone was gonna get that, but then again, anyway. So we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god, Josh.
so anyway, we go down to go try and find. Oh, we were trying to look for a pizza restaurant,
yes, we
and
were.
we didn't. And so we went to one. It was and we found out it was a bar, and so we couldn't go because we were with Jameson.
yeah, he can go in.
Yeah, and so we decided to loop around, and then there's a spot. If anyone lives in the Washington area, knows about Mayday, and Mayday is when people just go insane and they
Yeah.
just break shit for no reason.
Yep.
And so they do like riots, and yeah, it's a whole big thing. Some people actually legitimately do a march to represent something, but about 75 to maybe 80, 90% of them are just wrecking anything they come in contact. Anyway, there's a place that majority of people get arrested at, and that place, if anyone lives in Seattle, knows where it's at. It's a little archway.
Yep.
And what happened over there, Ashton? What did you see?
So we were hearing a bit of yelling. I
Yeah,
don't know
this
if
is
you
not-
recall.
No, I remember.
Yeah, you remember? Okay, so we
I
were-
remember that part. I
Yeah.
remember you leaning over and telling me something too.
Yeah, so it's people are yelling, right? And it's fucking dark. There's not a lot of lighting where we're at. It's kind of like this back street alleyway type situation.
Just so you guys know, this is supposed to be new Seattle. I'm air quoting that because
Yeah.
new Seattle is shit Seattle.
What's New Seattle? What
There's
is it?
technically a split between old Seattle
Oh.
and new Seattle.
Oh, okay.
So new Seattle was built like in I don't even know when, but and old Seattle
Like
is
within
usually
the last 2
historic stuff.
decades or
Yeah.
something
So
like
if you
that.
go anywhere past like the convention center and start heading towards like the Space Needle,
Uh-huh.
that starts to become a dark area. That's not a
Gotcha.
good. That's not a
Oh,
great place.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, at nighttime, that's when all the freaks come out. Well, they're there during the
The
day,
freaks
too.
come out.
Well,
at
now
night.
they're there during the day.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah, there's lots of freaks everywhere during the day
Well,
and at night.
it's just Seattle is bad.
Yeah.
Seattle's really
same
bad
thing
now.
with Olympia too.
Yeah. Did you know that Seattle is number 2 in homeless population next to San Francisco?
I'm curious if it's because didn't they do some sanctuary thing or whatever? for-
Yeah, we're technically a free state. Anyway,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
digressing. Go ahead. Go
anyway,
ahead.
I'll pull
so,
here.
so we hear a bunch of yelling, and there's like a bang, like someone hit something, and I just see these two guys. Well, I'm assuming they're guys. There's two shadowy figures down this darker alleyway, and one of them is just stumbling around and kind of like falls up against the wall, and then he drops his bottle and it shatters. I'm like, okay, well, this is probably not a good place to be.
Yeah.
And you know, I lean forward and I'm like, you guys see that over there? And you're like, nope, I hear it, and we need to go now.
Yeah, I remember that walk. I witnessed my first drug deal, and because like my whole time, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, if shit goes sideways, what can I do to get Jameson out of here as fast as I possibly can? Because at this moment, I think Jameson is 14.
Oh damn.
So like,
Yeah.
I have to like assure myself if things go bad.
Wait, how old is he now?
He's 16.
Oh shit! I didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
he was like 18 or
No,
something.
he's big dude. He's big dude.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he turned. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
he'll
still-
graduate when he's 17.
Shit, he's still just a kid. I graduated when I was 17.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
17.
he's a July he's a July birthday. But anyway, yeah. So he, like, that was my whole thing. So I'm like looking around at everything. I wasn't really focusing because then as soon as Ashton, we passed that area where like a lot of that stuff happens at. Ashton leans over and he's like, "Did you hear what those two people said?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "That one lady walked up to that guy and said, 'Hey, do you want to have sex?'" And, and he was sleeping, and he's like, and he goes, I look over to him and say, like, "Did he say yes?" And he's like, "I don't know, but we should probably go." And then
I forgot that.
and then we were walking past where like the like underground is, and this guy and this other guy are looking at each other. Or no, I think it's this girl and this guy are looking at each other, and then they just go like this. They do that like that like grab the hand type
Oh,
of thing.
yeah.
But you can definitely tell there's something in their hand now.
Yeah.
And then the other guy takes his hand wadded up and puts it in his pocket, and I'm like, wow, all right, this is what's happening right now. I think we need to go.
Classic maneuver.
So we hightail it out of there, and that was the last time that we ever walked that distance. Like now we just have a curfew. Like at around I think like 9:30, we just don't go anywhere over to that side, and then we just hang around in the annex area.
If we get-
Luckily though, the hot dog guys are there now,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
am so freaking happy that the hot dog vendors are now over by the annex late at night. It's so
And
awesome.
it's good too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they make some good dogs, man.
They had a Seattle dog. You ever had a Seattle dog there, Josh?
Is that the one with like the cream cheese?
Yeah,
and
cream
stuff?
cheese and
No.
grilled onions.
I've
That's
never,
orgasm in your
I've
mouth
never
right there.
had one because the idea of cream cheese on a hot dog sounds weird to me.
Don't know
but,
until you try it.
but yeah, I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm
but
just saying.
you know, I, you know,
What?
What are you on like NPR right now?
I'm just telling you, man. You don't know what you're missing.
Don't
You're-
knock it till you
need
try
a
it.
Seattle dog.
a,
You need a
a
Seattle
delicious
dog.
Seattle dog.
No,
on
it's great.
on a whole wheat bun with
It was whole
low-fat
wheat.
Philadelphia
It was a
cream
foot long.
cheese and a grilled
I don't know if it's no
Walla
fat.
Walla onion.
It was Walla Walla onion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Of course it was.
I'm pretty sure it was. Okay, can you get one in under 9 minutes?
Can you squeeze
Oh,
one
for
out,
sure.
Josh?
Okay, go ahead.
Because this one shouldn't be too long. This is the first time I ever got drunk.
Okay, I'm gonna
Ooh.
give you a 2-minute warning when it gets down to it. So go ahead.
Oh, okay,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
try to interrupt you. Go ahead. Go.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah. So basically, we went to this house. I don't even know whose house it was. I remember riding with some of my friends. Same group of guys. You know, Mike, Kramer, all them. And
As we've come to know.
yeah, you know, all my TV characters. So yeah, because I think it was Mike, Kins, Kramer, Keith, Cashman, Bellis, me, and
Those are Final Fantasy people.
and
Fucking
then-
Yeah,
lie to
fuck
me.
these
yeah,
parents.
and then,
Yeah,
and then
that's-
yeah, and then we had. Oh, I forgot about Jeff. So Jeff.
Oh, of course. There's a
Well,
Jeff.
but
There-
wait,
why
but
wouldn't
wait,
there be a
hold on.
Jeff?
My
But
name's
his
Jeff.
but his last name. So his last name started with I'll just
Starts
say-
with a Z.
well sort of. He
Oh
was
my-
Italian. His last name was Lorenzo. Okay, so we called
That's
him.
not a weird name.
Well, no, but
It's like they
but-
set it up so weird.
but we called him J Lo because it was,
Oh my god.
because it was kind of just like that became his nickname, and he was like, "Stop calling me J Lo, guys." And we're like, "That's your nickname, dude. But you can't pick your nickname. That's
Yeah,
just
no.
not. That's the rule."
J Lo without
And-
the TNA. Huh?
Yeah, pretty much. But and he was like deaf in one ear, so yeah, he was.
Is that supposed to reassure me that he's more like J-Lo? I don't know that he's deaf in one ear.
I don't know. That's just like his characteristic. I don't
Okay.
know. That's just so you can have the character in your head.
Sure, I'm picturing a guy with no
It's on
right
his,
ear.
Pretty much.
It's
All
one
right.
of, it's one of his traits
Yeah.
on his card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his
you know,
character
yeah,
sheet.
his stats. It's like because he's got a -2 to like dexterity or something because he can't hear. Anyway, sorry, Jeff. Anyway, so,
Go ahead.
so we're hanging out at this house, and there's all these people drinking, right? And Cashman, it's okay. So Cashman, imagine Eminem, but crossed with Bubba Ray Dudley.
What the fuck?
Like
What?
He wore glasses like that, but he had like a backwards hat, and he like thought he was a rapper.
Was he as big as Bubba Ray Dudley?
Like it was kind of weird because he kind of was, but not really. Like he was kind of wide, but he was
Oh my
tiny.
God.
Like if he was,
God.
I don't really know how to describe his
Wow.
body shape, but yeah, he was
Wow.
just this tiny little like stocky dude that kind of looked like a white guy rapper with glasses, and So I get there and he's all like, "Hey man, you want a drink?" And I was like, I've actually never.
You want me to put you through this fucking table?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I was like, dude, I've never actually been drunk before. Like, I've never had anything. Like, I've
You
never,
saying this?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because this is when I was.
This is pre-blackout. Is what's
yeah.
happening.
Oh yeah, yeah. This was pre like.
Okay, so Bubba Ray Dudley is telling you.
I was young. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's just like, "Oh yeah, man, like I'll get you something. What do you want?" And I was like, "Well, what do you have?" And he's like, "Well, I have this stuff."
It's black goo.
No, it was 151. And yeah, so and what brand is that? I can't even remember what brand that is.
Is it Captain Morgan?
I think it is Captain Morgan. Yeah, 151 is just this really, really intense alcohol. Like,
Okay. Is that the alcohol?
Yeah, it's like really high proof, so it'll
Yeah.
get you drunk really quick, and
Okay.
it burns on the way down.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hey,
Sounds fun.
like, yeah," he was like, "Here, I'll give you a shot or whatever." So he pours me a shot, and I'm like, "Oh, you want like, are you gonna pour a shot?" Like, he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna do one with you."
Takes it, throws it over his shoulder.
He pulls out this glass that is about I don't know, like 3/4 of a foot tall,
Okay.
and it's got 5 lines on it, each one representing one shot. And the glass is known as the Aviator.
I've never even seen a glass like this.
Wow.
I've never seen one. I've never seen one of the like again. Like it's the only time.
It's as told by legend.
Yes, it was the one and only time I've ever seen this thing. So it had 5 shots on it with lines, and each one was like novice, pilot, like flight expert, blah blah blah, and then
Got it from Spencer's.
Oh, okay. So Aviator was the top, right? And basically that's 5 shots at once. And so he poured that fucking thing full. And he was like, "All right, man, let's do it." And I was like, "You're gonna do all that at once?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. I've already got my wings twice tonight." And I'm like,
Got my wings twice.
Oh my
okay, so we cheers, and I take my shot, and I'm coughing and dying. I'm like, "Oh my god, like, I've never had alcohol before. This sucks." And he's just like, gulp, and he's just like, "You want to do another one, dude?" And I'm like, I can barely even breathe. He's just like, "Don't worry, man. Yeah, it burns, but it'll go away." And I'm like, "Okay." So I take a few minutes, I drink some water or whatever, and then I think he gave me like some soda or something, like some Sprite, and he's like, "Trust me, it helps. This is what we call a chaser. You drink it after you drink a shot, and it'll help your throat a little bit." And so I drink some Sprite, and I'm like, that actually does kind of help. It like kind of cools it down.
And then he opens your throat and shoves it down.
but yeah, so then he's just like, "You want to do another one?" And then he pulls out a double shot glass, and I'm like, "Well, what's that?" And he's like, "This is a double shot. You want to try to do 2?" And I was like, "Well, when in Rome, So he pours me a double shot. And he proceeds to fill up his Aviator again. And I'm like, "You're gonna do another Aviator?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm going for 5 times tonight." I'm like,
Oh
Jesus.
my, that is so much alcohol.
I'm like, "Oh my god!" And it's 151 on top of that, so it's like high in alcohol content as you can get, practically. Like,
Are you sure he wasn't Bubba Ray Dudley? Like, was he about to go in an
dude,
ECW match or
like,
something?
No, he's about to go to the hospital.
I would not be surprised, but ironically, when you bring
ECW.
So
ECW.
now, okay, it's funny that you bring that up because I actually became known for something after this.
Oh.
Because I got drunk for the first time, I got a little wild and crazy, and I was running around being crazy,
taking forks and stabbing it in your head.
Well, so the ultimate
That's what they do in ECW, man.
So the Ultimate Warrior was my favorite wrestler as a kid when I used to
Okay.
watch wrestling
Rest
in the
in peace.
80s. Yeah, and he used to do this thing when he came into the ring where he'd run from rope to rope and he'd shake the ropes and
Yes.
freak out with his head and stuff. So I started doing that. Like I was
Like a psychopath.
Yeah, I was running back and forth through like the living room, and
People
then I
thought
went-
you were gonna murder
and then-
somebody
And then
at
I
that
went
point.
outside. Well, people were like freaking out and laughing and stuff, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm the Ultimate Warrior," and I'm freaking out. And then they were like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And then so after that, they like started be like, "Josh, do your Ultimate Warrior." So I'd be like, wait, I gotta be drunk first, So yeah, so then basically I would get like really hammered and do this Ultimate Warrior thing after that.
So you got nicknamed the Ultimate Warrior?
Yes.
That is so fucking cool. That is so cool.
I had two nicknames. Like my drunk nickname was Ultimate Warrior, but my normal nickname was Domino's Josh because there was
Okay, that one's not as cool.
No, it's not. But a lot of people just call me DJ for short because there was other Josh. But yeah,
Other Josh.
Yeah.
They called him OJ. The name didn't stick very much.
Yeah, after that whole fiasco.
yeah. But yeah,
Kind of confusing.
yeah. When we would get wasted, they'd just be like, "Do your Ultimate Warrior," and I would fucking run around. One time I threw up because I did it too hard.
Nice.
Nice. But yeah, that was the first time I got drunk, and yeah, I got to thank Cashman for that one. He did eventually make it to his 5 aviator shots, so congrats to him.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive.
Really?
Well, that's going to put an end to this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys want to listen to more, make sure you definitely hit subscribe wherever you are listening.
We're going to have to do a part 3 because I got a
What?
lot. I've got a lot more, dude.
What?
I didn't
A
tell you.
part
I didn't tell
three?
you about Jello wrestling. And
Oh my God.
that's what we call a tease. We'll save that one for next season.
God. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys want to listen to more, make sure you hit the subscribe button wherever you are listening, whether you are listening over on YouTube. You can go check out more videos that are happening right here. There are at least over 500 videos here. So go ahead and watch those and enjoy them as they come out. There is, we're on audio versions as well. We are on iTunes, we are on Podbean, and evidently I found out today we're on Google because Google steals our fucking RSS feed, and I have no idea how they did it.
Whoa, weird. So,
I know.
So people can just Google it and then
No,
find
it's
it,
on
or-
Google Podcasts.
Oh.
I didn't ever put that there. This is how I found out. Nate texts me, and he goes, "Hey, guess what? It's on Google Podcasts. Congratulations." And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he says, "Hey, guess what? It's just here. I'm listening to it now." And I go, "Okay." I look it up. Turns out Google just searches your RSS feed and then just puts it in their system.
Huh.
I don't know. I've never done it, but
I'm
there you go.
curious-
It's there. It's available for you, too.
I'm curious if it's because it's on YouTube or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea where they go. Well, because they had to get the RSS feed from Podbean. Because it's just there. The RSS feed's there. We still get the view, so I don't really care. Anyway, so
That's
we're
just
on
one more option.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. We're also on Facebook. If you want to listen to the audio version over there on Facebook as well, it's there for you because Podbean just does that because it's awesome. For Android listeners, you can just download Podbean, or you can listen to Google Podcasts. It's whatever you want to do. Anyway, whichever one you want.
The choice is
Yeah,
yours.
the choice is yours.
It's the choice of a new generation.
Anyway, my name was Ryan A. E. Moore. Joining me was
Ashton.
and
Hey, it's drunk Josh.
well,
I'm
he's
just
Ultimate
kidding.
Warrior.
I'm not-
Ultimate
yeah.
Warrior. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night, everybody.
Laters.
Yo, who wants to Jello wrestle me?
Uh,
Oh yeah.